Why do you start barking as soon as you hear that music?
What are we looking at in the background here?
That's Mo kicking a field goal at the Raiders Stadium.
All right. Why is it? What are we doing to Mo here?
I don't know. It just seemed like because we talk about NFL, that would be a perfect outro for the intro. I don't fucking know.
Whatever. So, you gotta let it ride.
Let me put the background back. Okay, there we go. We got a lot of shit to talk about. The NFL. Oh, well.
First of all, where's the intro?
Welcome to the Vegas Benchwarmer channel. This is Going For It on 4th episode 55. By the way, Jeremy is still on his sabbatical. Mo should be joining shortly. I'm not 100% sure what's going on with him. And Sam survived the snowstorm.
Actually, so snowstorm was on Saturday to Sunday. There was a violent rainstorm last night to today, and now there's another snowstorm coming Friday to Saturday, and then Tuesday.
So I texted my sister as soon as you let us know. I was like, hey, how are you guys doing? Prepare for the snowstorm? She's like, oh, it's not going to be that bad. I was like, my buddy in Connecticut said, she goes, oh shit, I hope it's not that bad.
Yeah, dude, 4,000 homes in Connecticut lost power, 1,500 in New York lost power, and I want to say 7,000 in New Jersey lost power from that rainstorm.
Wow. So I haven't heard from my sister.
So I don't know what the hell your sister's looking at, but that shit was bad.
Yeah, I haven't heard from her since then, so I don't know.
Did she lose power? Was it bad?
Let me text her right now. She hasn't texted us.
But yeah, we so on TikTok me and my girlfriend get alerts about like bad storms coming in the area, and I texted my boss. I was like, "Yo, what's going on? Like, what do we do?" He's like, "Oh, it's supposed to be like 50." I was like, "You clearly haven't looked at what's supposed to happen tonight, my guy."
Yeah, exactly. She doesn't. I don't think she pays attention to that.
Well, oh, I do. I pay attention to that. We all pay attention to that here.
All right. So
I mean, I use the snow to my advantage, as I told you.
That's true. That is true. Couple things. So hopefully everything goes good when you with the snow.
Yeah, hopefully it's pretty tame.
Yeah, it's gonna. I mean, that's gonna suck for like the 3-day holiday weekend if you guys get snowed in.
Dude, fucking shoveling's a bitch and a half. So
yeah, I understand.
I don't even care about the shoveling. Just the freaking shoveling is the worst sometimes. Like I was doing it just to get my work van out, and I fucking destroyed my back.
Yeah, I do have a story. What's up, Mo? I have a story about when we went to New York and we got caught in a blizzard. I helped my sister's fiance shovel out his car that morning, and then that night
you must have hated that shit.
Well, at first I was loving it because I hadn't shoveled snow since I was like 9. So I'm like, I was having so much fun. And then before we left that night to go to the game, he's like, we got to shovel the snow again. I'm like, why? We did it this morning. He's like, well, the street sweepers, they come and they push all the snow up. He's like, if you don't shovel this snow, it'll just get rock hard and ice. And I'm like, so you mean to tell me we got to do this twice a day, every fucking day? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, fuck you guys. But I did see somebody out there like 3 days later with an ice pick trying to get his car out because he didn't move it all weekend or shovel the snow or anything.
No, if you don't move that bitch, you're fucked.
Yeah, he was fucked. He was literally out there with an ice pick trying to get it out.
Yeah, that shit sucks. Fucking hate it.
So I guess
you're snowed in right now or what?
No, the snow's all gone right now.
But they have more snow coming in this weekend.
Yeah, we got more snow coming, but all that means is more snowballs to throw at customers' doors when I need to get them.
That was so hilarious to me.
Okay, so let me share this before we get to the football talk. I fixed this guy's Google Pixel, and he's like, "Oh, here's my girl's number. Call it when you're done." So I wrote it down, and I'm like, I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, "Oh crap, it's not here anymore. What do I got? What am I gonna do here to get this guy's attention?" So I walked to his apartment building to try to call him, but his name isn't in there. So I'm like, "Fuck." So now,
how far was the apartment building? You were outside in the mobile, right?
I was outside in the parking lot, and his window's just right there. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. There's snowballs here. I'm gonna start yucking. I'm starting to yuck these things, and I'm just throwing snowball after snowball. Some guy wanders right by me, and I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, what you doing? I was like, I'm trying to get this guy's attention. It's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm just trying to return his phone. Don't worry about me. I'm good. And he's just watching me throw snowballs at this guy's window. He's like, all right, well, have fun with that. He finally comes out. He's like, you good? I was like, yeah, your phone's done. I just couldn't call you.
He probably thought you were a pedo.
That doesn't surprise me. 100%. I do that. What are we doing right now? Hey, come here. I do that stuff all the time. I actually had a come here. I had a credit card customer come in, and when we do fill out a credit card, we have to. It's on the app. It's on the computer, but we have to get a wet signature. And I shredded it. I shredded the signature. And normally it doesn't matter because most of them get declined, but this guy got fucking approved. And so now I had to fill out the application. I called him. I was like, "Hey, I need you to stop. But if you don't stop, come here. I need you to stop by the bank. So since you're approved, now we need an actual application filled out. So yeah, I fuck up like that shit all the time. Yeah, some dude I forgot to call today. I forgot to call him after 3 weeks, and he was like, "Hey, Eric was supposed to call me, and he never called me back." And they're like, "Hey, were you supposed to call this guy?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I did. And then when I called him, I was like, "Dude, my apologies. I called you. I even left a voicemail, but there was no name on the voicemail, and so I must have dialed the
I
wrong
think your
number."
mailbox is full.
Yeah,
they're
I hate
telling
that
me
one.
they're
I
telling
hate
me
when I
that
do that.
I didn't call you. He's like, "Oh, it's okay, Eric." So I'm fucking good at covering my shit when it comes to that. But I've never thought of doing snowballs. So when are you announcing you fired Jeremy? Ain't nobody fired Jeremy.
We ain't firing
He's
Jeremy. You crazy.
he's
can't fire him.
Draymond. He's on
Yeah,
indefinite
Jeremy's on Draymond
suspension.
suspension right now. We can't fire Jeremy. Jeremy is a co-founder of this channel. He cannot get fired.
Cameo, yo,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
what's
wasn't
up,
Jeremy? It's you and
Cameo?
Jeremy, man.
Well, you guys need to get a coach, which we're going to talk about sooner or later today. Okay, so I'm going through the standings real quick. I just finished them.
he's gotta leave right now.
Holy shit, I had a bad week.
Me too. I know I took
Thought
that.
I was-
That shit was bad.
I thought I'd see somebody in Cowboys gear today.
Not yet. We won our Super Bowl on Monday.
Oh wait, hold on. We might be. I might be in trouble.
What happened to you?
Took a bath.
Okay, hold on. Thank you, Sam.
What's up?
Wait, how many games were there? 16. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Whew.
Should have been 16, right? Everybody played.
12 and 4.
Yeah, everyone played that week. Hasn't Jeremy only missed like a month's worth of show?
Okay, so he ain't been here much. It ain't maternity leave. His excuses aren't warranted. Hey, I get paternity leave for my job. Steve Jobs
2024
Apple and got fired. Just say.
I mean, same with Elon Musk with Tesla.
Hey, what's good? What's up? What's up, Bodkin Show? They just had a good show. Go and check it out. It's Head Kicks and something. I can't remember the name of it. I'm gonna pull it up right now because I was.
Do they teach you how to do head kicks?
Head kicks and haymakers, where they talk about it's all their the combat sports. So you might actually want to. That might be down your alley. They knew a little bit more, way more than I knew about it. They were talking about some people I had no fucking clue, but they said Tony Ferguson, so my ears perked up. So
he said your keyword. You're like a dog.
Yeah,
with
they said cool. Yeah, so my ears popped up. So okay, so I went 6 and 10 last week.
Is that your worst week?
That is my worst week, and this was the problem. So I went 6 and 10. Jeremy was 7 games behind me.
How'd he do?
So Jeremy if he would have, and he went 12 and fucking 4.
Damn.
So he almost went to second place, but I'm still 1 game ahead of him. I got lucky on that one. I got lucky on that one right there. That was luck.
How bad did I do?
You went 11 and 5.
No fucking way.
Yeah. You and Mo went 11 and 5. So the games you guys lost were the Jaguars.
Who the fuck would have thought that would have happened?
You lost the Patriots.
Yeah, because I had to pick against Jeremy.
The Browns, the Eagles, and the Chargers.
The Eagles.
Yeah.
Fucking joke.
Mo lost the 49ers, the Eagles, the Broncos, the Bears, and the Jaguars. Jeremy lost the Jaguars, the Bears. Oh, Eagles and 49ers. So basically, 3 of the teams he lost, all of us lost on.
Yeah.
Except for you. You picked the Rams. You did pick the Rams.
What was the overall?
I'm pulling it up. I'm finishing up right now. So you are 177 and 95. I was 161 and 111. Jeremy was 160 and 112. Like me fucking around this last week, literally almost fucking killed me.
I know, right?
Almost fucking killed me. And then Sam was 157 and 115. So you were only 4 games behind me. So yep,
so
Sam
78
is
games above 500.
Yeah, I gotta get a Cowboys hat.
Mo didn't even get 100 losses. 100 picks wrong, I mean. So very, very good. My Packers made the playoffs, baby. There you go. And they might have a chance to win.
Fuck them Packers.
I mean, they're 9 and 10 against the Cowboys in the last 10 meetings.
Yeah, fuck them Packers.
No yawning. Get those Lucky Charms before you give us a driving.
Tonight's at 10, so today there won't be a driving tour.
Okay. All right. So we got our standings out the way. We got our picks. We know that Sam did lose and Mo won. So at some point in time in the next couple weeks, we will be having a Sam wearing a Cowboys outfit. Cowboys
see
hat.
if I can it's gonna be something cheap.
Something cheap, sure. No,
I'll get like a 1995 Cowboys Super Bowl.
Dog, you can make it. I don't even care.
I think that's gonna be collectible vintage, so that'll probably be more.
Yeah, make it a shirt with a Cowboys logo, Cowboys best. That'd be kind of tacky, but yeah. So I mean,
if you dress up like Woody from Toy Story, we'll let that.
There's a snake in my boot.
We'll let that slide. Okay. So playoff picture. Playoffs are done. The playoffs are here.
They're not done.
Yeah, they're right. The regular season's done. The playoffs are here, and they're ready to start. So let's
I'm
just
so
talk
happy
about
the regular season finally ended.
So the Ravens are number 1. Yep, Ravens and Niners are. You know what? Let's pull this up. Let me not.
Pull it up.
I can say this by heart, but we're gonna pull it up and put it on the screen. All right, so share screen. I will admit, out of all of the playoff, when I did playoff pictures and stuff like that, the ones I liked the best was NFL.com.
They do it really nice.
They do it really, really nice compared to the rest of them. Okay, so I'm gonna take the banner down real quick so we can see Mo's face. All right, so we got Ravens and Niners, number 1 seeds. Okay, we knew that a couple weeks out. Bills came through, beat the Dolphins. Now they're the 2 seed. Cowboys came to play. The Eagles didn't. Cowboys are the 2 seed. The Chiefs are the 3. The Lions are the 3, which is cool because if the Cowboys would have lost, the Lions could have moved up to 3. Texans are 4. Bucks are 4. These are the 2 games. It's so funny that both of the South divisions have basically teams that nobody expects to do anything.
Yep.
Then we got the Browns and the Eagles, the Dolphins and the Rams, and the Steelers and the Packers. So what is the team you're most surprised for that went in to the playoffs?
Most surprised?
Yeah, what's the most surprised team? The team that surprised you the most that they made the playoffs. 0 ring Bengals fans. Browns, okay, especially with what the Browns went through. Okay? I agree with that. The 6 quarterbacks that they started, Nick Chubb losing Nick Chubb for the year. I definitely agree.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Browns, but I didn't know if like surprise would be the right word for that because maybe a couple of weeks ago, I already knew they were going to be in the playoffs. So
Okay.
I was
Again,
thinking more like
I feel like the
Steelers.
got in just with the biggest fucking luck right there.
Huh?
The Steelers?
Yep. The Steelers. Yep. I'm not surprised because I told you. I think I told you at the beginning of the year they were going to make the playoffs because Mike
They were going
Tomlin
to
was
sneak in
No,
somehow.
like
He's saying.
I knew that fucking Tomlin always fucking have a
Remember when the Steelers fans all wanted
trick
to
up his
fire him?
sleeves.
That was
the
fun.
Rams. The Rams. That's another good one because
The
nobody
Packers, I
would have
think,
thought
surprised me.
Matthew Stafford would have rejuvenated himself in time to make the playoffs, and he was out
Once
for
they
a
got
minute.
once they got their pieces back, Cooper Cup coming back, and they started playing
Why do
together.
the
I think
Packers
they
make you eat those words of the just offering a bye week?
Okay. So my opinion, like, I mean, there's a lot. I like everybody's. I'm surprised with the Texans first round. With what they had, first head coach.
Yeah, no one expected that.
Nobody expected that. So I'm kind of surprised with that. But towards I agree with what Mo said when he was talking about the Browns. Halfway through the season, you kind of knew the Texans might make the playoffs. Like you were like, wait, they might be able to make the fucking playoffs because they weren't doing bad. Like when we got to week 6, 7, you were like, whoa, can they keep it up? So that's kind of like it with the Browns with me. With their defense being good enough, I'm not as surprised just because of the fact that once we got to a certain point in time, with the Bengals started off bad, we were like, the Browns are probably going to make the playoffs.
I think I'm more surprised that the Dolphins are a 6 seed.
Yeah, considering that they were running away with it.
Well, I'm surprised with that too. That surprises me. I'm very surprised the Dolphins are a 6 seed, but none of us were surprised that they lost.
No.
None of us thought they would.
Josh Allen came with his black Air Forces.
We can't be that surprised when we knew in crunch time that they were gonna choke.
I'm more surprised how the Bills went charging into this season, like at the end. They were 6-6, remember?
Yeah, the Buccaneers is not surprising because anybody in the NFC South could have won that fucking division besides the Panthers. So that was just
the Panthers.
Yeah, anybody besides the Panthers could have won that division. Like nobody wanted to win that division.
I guess the Eagles were the first team to not finish with 12 wins after starting 10-1.
I think it's the Packers.
Someone called them the Steelers of 2022.
To me, the Packers are that team that I thought they were going to suck. I didn't think they were going to be good. They had a transition quarterback, and they're 2-3 weeks ago, they didn't look like they were going to make the playoffs. So, like, yes, I mean, I think they're one of those teams that kind of got lucky to get in the playoffs too, because realistically, they just won the tiebreakers. They won the right games between the Seahawks and the Saints. But that to me is the biggest surprise. If you would have told me after they beat us, they were going to make the playoffs, I'd have been like, you're fucking crazy. That was their Super Bowl right there. I think I even said that. So I think they're the biggest surprise for making the playoffs. If we're going to talk about the disappointedness, 100%. We should all be disappointed in the Eagles, not you, Mauricio. The Dolphins.
It's fucking lovely.
You know who really is the biggest disappointment, though?
Who?
The Jaguars.
Are they really?
They were 8-2.
But Trevor Lawrence got hurt.
It don't matter.
Yeah, it does.
Well, he got hurt later in the year?
Yeah, but I mean,
after their 8-2 start, they only won one game against the Panthers. And Trevor Lawrence wasn't hurt for most of that.
Were they really 8-2?
Yeah, they were 8-2 this year. You want me to pull up the schedule real quick? Hold on.
No. I believe you. I remember for a while. Ooh.
Because they were going for the number 1 seed at some point.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a disappointment. Okay. If they were really 8-2, that's definitely a disappointment.
Their only losses were the Chiefs and the Texans until the 49ers came to town. And then they were fucked.
The shit out of it. Yep. So the disappointment would be the Jags, especially since he's supposed to take a step forward and they have Prince Pretty or whatever his name is. Trevor Lawrence ran out of.
I'm sorry. What were you trying to say? Prince what?
So Prince Pretty was a WWE guy. Tyler Breeze had a gimmick where he was Prince Pretty. So I can't remember what fucking Nick Wright calls Trevor Lawrence, but he calls him Prince something. So I was getting it confused and just said Prince Pretty like an idiot. Pantene Magic.
Right. I was just confused with where you were going with that.
Of course, I'm disappointed with the Chiefs. Granted, they had a 3 seed, but what was happening? At one point in time, very similar to the fucking to the Jaguars, not the Eagles. Granted, we went through a litany where we lost the Bills and the Eagles, but I mean we lost
that Eagles game.
We lost to the Raiders. We lost to the Packers.
We lost to the Broncos.
We lost to the fucking Broncos. I mean, we lost. There was a lot of bad losses that we had. So I mean, compiled with the Lions, the Eagles, and the Bills. So I mean, there's 3 really bad fucking losses that we had in there. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed in them. Other than that, I would say I would have to go with the Dolphins.
The Dolphins, they had the division and then lost really badly at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have to go. And the worst part about it was the thing with the Dolphins is they haven't beaten. We all know
there's one team over 500.
The Cowboys, exactly.
Oh, you want to share?
so we all know.
Yeah, we're gonna forget that.
I mean, at least with the Eagles, they went through hell's row for a minute. They had the Bills, they had the Cowboys, the Niners, like they had a litany. You can give them a little, but yeah,
them a little slack too. I mean, if we want to count that as well, like they got fucked up with injuries.
Yeah. So the Dolphins, that's again, that comes down. I will say this multiple times, and I've said Tua's not their answer at quarterback.
Tua turned the ball over.
Tua, he's not, because when Tyreek Hill goes out, he's a totally different offense. Tua is not their answer. They need to figure that shit out real quick. All right, so wild card picks. Let's get into the wild card weekend because this is going to kind of go with the next conversation because I don't really think.
Are we going to do another challenge for the playoffs?
Well, yeah, we're going to keep track of them. We're going to definitely keep track of them. We'll have to come up with a challenge.
We'll come up with one later.
Yeah, we'll come up with one. Yeah, we'll come up with one in the Discord.
We'll discuss.
Yeah. Okay. So wild card picks. All right. So we know we got. We know we have the. Why am I drawing a blank? The two
Super
teams that are
card Saturday.
The Ravens and the
Niners.
Niners on bye.
Yeah, so we have them on a bye. So on Saturday, we have the Browns versus the Texans.
I think the 49ers will lose to the bye team.
Of course.
They're going to get stuck in the time vortex.
So we have Joe Flacco versus CJ Stroud. You have old guard versus new guard. Old head versus young head. If Jeremy was here, I think what Jeremy would say was he was picking the Browns because it's set up for Joe Flacco to have a revenge game against the Ravens.
Yeah.
Who do you guys like?
I think that's what it had in the script. Last look I had at it.
Who do you like in this game?
I'm taking the Texans.
Ooh.
I'm putting my faith in them.
Man, I like the Texans a lot. But I think in the playoffs, the defense is going to win out for the Browns.
There's a reason also why I'm thinking that because the last time these two teams played, CJ Stroud was hurt, and Case Keenum almost beat these guys.
The Texans' defense is really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's an underrated.
I think Flacco's playoff experience will give the Browns the edge. I think CJ Stroud, even though he's balling, playoffs are a different animal for rookies.
Yeah, you don't know how the rookie's going to do.
I definitely agree with y'all. I think that it's going to be a defensive game. We don't know how the rookies are going to do in the playoffs.
Myles Garrett might have 5 sacks.
100%. So I'm picking the Browns. I'm definitely picking the Browns over the Texans just for exactly what Mo said.
Yeah, I'm still
I
gonna
think
stick with them.
yeah,
You know what? Give them
the experience is gonna override. Granted, the Texans have looked very great in must-win games, but when they did, and so I can see that, but they did.
If they have
They
those
did.
explosive plays like they've had all year, then
Yeah.
that'll give
But
them
we got to
a
remember
chance.
how injured the Texans receivers are.
Well,
We got to
Nico
remember how
Collins
many.
is back. Tank Dell is not coming back.
Yeah, and also when they did play the Jaguars, and they played them in the middle of the season when the Jaguars are still good, the Jaguars beat them when it was
Right.
first in the division. So because they played them twice. So I know the Texans beat them earlier, but I know that might have been the only other game the Jaguars won. Who else did the
Yeah, the
Jaguars
Jaguars beat the Titans and the Texans. You are right.
Yep. So yeah, I'm going with the Browns. Now we got the Dolphins and the Chiefs. This is a very easy game for me to pick. I'm not picking the fucking Dolphins. Am I worried? Fuck yes, I'm worried. And this is why I'm worried, okay? This is why I'm worried. Because the Kansas City Chiefs, you did something bad this year, okay? You did a lot of badass fucking shit. But the one thing you did was you didn't let Tyreek play in KC. You decided to take it to Germany, and you said because you didn't want Tyreek Hill to get booed. Now this motherfucker's pissed. Now we know he's pissed because of what's happening, and he may go off for 200 fucking yards. So I'm picking the Chiefs. I am not at all confident. For everybody that has seen me in the last 3 years on this podcast, pick shit. You know when the playoffs come, I start talking shit. Fuck you. We gonna win by 30 points. We gonna win by 40 points. I start talking. I'm fucking scared shitless.
You think
I don't.
L'Jarius Sneed can keep up with Tyreek Hill?
No, okay, so did I forget? Of
Who's
course,
who's out for the Dolphins? D. Xavier Howard and
Waddle and Mostert, I think,
and Bradley Chubb.
well, Bradley Chubb is out, and then I was just talking about the D. I guess
So
I didn't even
Sneed, look, I've
start thinking about that.
defended Sneed multiple times. I've actually defended him to KC fans in bars, and I've explained to him why Sneed is so damn underrated and so damn good. I've explained that multiple times to people. He guards the number one receiver all over the field. But there is something you can't teach, and Sneed does not have it, and that is called 4-2 speed. You can't teach that. You can't teach that at all. So and Tyreek Hill knows our defense. So I'm not saying that we're gonna lose. I'm just saying I can definitely see. I saw what we did in Germany against Tyreek Hill. So it wouldn't surprise me. But I can definitely see Tyreek Hill going off for a game, especially because Waddle's not playing. So I see is Monsters out. Why are you worried? Have you seen us? We lost to the fucking Raiders, the Broncos, the Packers. Like we lost to the Raiders and the fucking Broncos. I tell you why we're worried. Because if they score over 21 points, we're losing. That's what I'm telling you. That's the difference. But I think we won one game over 21 points. So yeah, I'm fucking nervous as shit because the
Devin
Chiefs
Achane is still a really good running back too.
Yeah, the Chiefs don't look like the Chiefs, and this is our down year. So I'm extremely nervous. Who are you guys picking?
Well, one saving grace that you have is that you have a winning record. So that's the fucking Dolphins.
Winning record or something to really brag about. Trust me.
Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of crazy ass shit, but I mean, let's not act like the Chiefs have not done random shit. They don't drop passes. The balls get turned over. Our receivers aren't on the same page. And when you have a team that can put up points with Tyreek Hill, I'm not saying it's one of these games where do I think we'll win? Yes. But am I nervous as shit? Fuck yes. I'm extremely nervous. I'm nervous this whole playoff. In my head, I have found multiple ways for us to still be the number one, for us to still have home field advantage. So, but I'm still nervous.
I think, man, I was gonna take the Chiefs up to this like last minute. I don't know why, but something's calling me. I think I'm gonna flip it and take the Dolphins.
I'm taking the Chiefs.
There we go. All right.
I'm feeling it.
All right. Steelers versus Bills.
Bills.
Is TJ Watt playing?
No, he is not.
Okay. Bills.
Did you guys see that meme with the JJ Watt in the Steelers?
Will they notice?
Just a little bit. I'll take the Bills.
Yeah, this is basically a bye week, but this is the. I do want to say this on this.
They're on fire right
depends,
now.
it depends on what Josh Allen shows up.
Yeah, it does.
It really does. Because even in that Dolphins game, he tried to give the game away.
He's good for a couple of turnovers.
Exactly. So even with Allen tossing 3 interceptions, because they can't score points. They're not going to be able to score points. So it's going to be very similar to like the Dolphins game where he could still
Ben Roethlisberger ain't walking through that door.
I don't think I want Ben Roethlisberger to walk through that door.
He can still turn the ball over, but the Steelers aren't going to be able to score any points. So this should be a very easy game for the Bills unless they make it harder than it has to be. Packers versus the Cowboys.
Cowboys. They are at home. That's the confidence I have at the moment.
I was going to pick the Cowboys until I saw a video about how the Packers have dominated the Cowboys. And then I remember the last time I remember that I was so confident that the Cowboys were going to beat the Packers. I remember that. The Cowboys were the 1 seed. Packers came in, fucking beat them. I remember that.
What you're thinking of then?
I remember that.
Me too.
So, yeah, I'm going with the Packers. I don't know right now, but I'm going with the Packers. I just don't. This seems like it's set up for, and I know I'm not trying to be mean, Mo. I don't take this to anything.
Take it to heart, Mo. Take it to heart.
I would say the same shit, but with what Jerry Jones basically had said with "we'll take it game after game," this seems like the fucking perfect setup for the Cowboys to lose to fire Mike McCarthy. I don't know why. It just all of a sudden after that, I was like, after seeing this video about all this stuff, I was like, why does this seem like a perfect setup for Mike McCarthy to fuck some shit up? Not Dak, but Mike McCarthy, and the Cowboys end up losing.
Quick, put Tony Pollard at center.
It was surprising some shit like that happens.
You could find a JUCO team out of southeastern New Hampshire, and they would have a better odds of beating the Bills and the Steelers. You should know by now the Cowboys don't lose until the divisional round. They will beat the Packers handily. The problem is there was a time frame where they only lost in their first round because they didn't win past the first round. So I get what you're saying, but
they did lose to the Niners in Wildcard weekend 2 years ago, so it can happen.
Yeah, they should, but I don't know.
Jordan Love is the next generational quarterback.
And this is another thing that I'm going to say. The Packers, granted, they don't understand what to do when they get to the playoffs because they've only been to like 3 or 4 Super Bowls in the last 30 fucking years, 4. But they know how to pick fucking quarterbacks. That's all I'm going to say.
Not only that, is my concern is they started running the ball pretty good, and we've been kind of struggling against the run.
They're doing good. And so, Jordan Love has looked really good. And they've been in a lot of, I know you guys have been in must-win playoff games because the number 1 seed was on the line. But if you lost, you were still in the playoffs. They've literally been in like the last couple weeks, we must win or our playoffs is going to be fucking over. I'm trying to see what was the last game that they lost.
Who?
Yeah, this is hopefully this is shaping up to be the exorcism of Ghost of Packers Past.
The last game they lost was December 17th against the Bucks.
The Packers are like that fucking bad rash that keeps coming back.
The bad. So, and they're on a 3-game winning streak, and they've put up some points. So, granted, it's been against subpar teams, but still. Mike McCarthy is out for revenge after not getting his cheat. Oh, I didn't even think about that. The Mike McCarthy revenge to the Packers. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That was the 3 levels of Inception. We've been second.
Yeah. The Dez Bryant catch, right?
Yeah, the Dez Bryant catch.
Well, that was part of it, too.
Rams, Lions.
Just fuck it.
I'll take the Lions, yeah. That was a coin flip, too, though.
Okay, so I just want to know, did a revenge game have anything to do with this? Is that why we're picking the Lions?
No, I'm just picking.
It's double revenge game.
Okay. I'm going to say right now the Rams are going to beat the Lions.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I can see that happening. I can see that.
Yeah, I think the Rams go home. I think Matt Stafford shows.
Well, the Rams are going home either way.
I mean, I'm sorry, the Lions are going home. I think Matt Stafford shows Jared Goff that he's his daddy. And I think it would. I could see I hear all this shit about Jared Goff wants to go back and they want to go back, but Matthew Stafford also. But both teams have been playing well. But playoff Aaron Donald is a different story, and the Rams are healthy, so that's why I'm going with the Rams. Aaron Donald playoff is a totally different story than regular season Aaron Donald. And as the season got longer, he got stronger. Eagles versus the Bucks.
This one's a tough one because everyone's freaking injured on the Eagles, or they're just playing like crap.
I want to take the Bucks. I think the Eagles, the mutiny.
Wait, hold on. Did y'all watch the Bucks Panthers game?
Yeah. Did you see the Eagles Giants?
Yeah. And I also saw that the Eagles set their people at halftime. I get that, but did
they
you
fed them
watch?
Because they got hurt.
Did you watch?
Did you see fucking Jalen Hurts' finger?
Yeah, I don't think you saw what his finger was looking like.
Pull it up.
You guys are both picking the Bucks?
Pull it up. Pull up Jalen Hurts'
finger. Decided yet.
Well, who are you going with?
I'm picking the Bucks, but everybody else is going to pick the Bucks after you pull up his finger.
It's crooked.
Yeah, his finger's crooked.
That's fine. I don't give a fuck.
I'll pick the Eagles.
Yeah.
They're going to find a way to get out of the wild card.
I'm picking the Bucks. I know I just talked all that shit. I know.
You just said so much shit.
I know.
That you were going back on your
I
word.
just talked all
He's
that
just
shit.
He's just trying to influence your pick, Sam. Don't let him trick you.
Actually, I was going to pick the Eagles anyway.
I just talked all that shit. But realistically, I don't think this is a good matchup for the Eagles.
I think it's going to be a tough one with the weak secondary.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Burn them.
That's exactly what I was going to say was with the weak secondary. I think this is going to be. It would not surprise me if the
Mike Evans with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, if the Bucks win, and it's probably going to be
over 2,000 yards.
All right, so
Mike Evans went over 2,000 yards.
No, I'm saying Mike Evans is going to get 2,000 yards in that game.
That's all the games this week that we got to pick.
Oh boy,
yeah. And then next week we got the same amount, and then it just goes down and down and down.
Pretty much.
All right, so now we get into coach firings.
Woo!
All right, so let's start with the most shocking, I think, to everybody: the Mike Vrabel firing.
Yeah, that one came out of nowhere. Why? Like,
no, it's not. To me, it's he probably, I guess, could have resigned, but he made it look like it's a firing, and I'm gonna see Mike Vrabel in New England.
So this is what is weird. The Titans came out and said they were going to try to trade him.
Yes,
but they thought it would be too complicated to trade him, and
the bag of donuts they were going to trade him for were going to get hard by the time they were going to get to the office. So they fucking mixed the trade.
Trade him to make him the defensive coordinator of the Eagles.
I think
the only team they trade with.
I think
for Matt Patricia.
Yeah,
I think what happened in this scenario was after that game, Week 17 game, where he said "fucking losing sucks," and they're like, "How did he like fucking it sucks?" I think in their mind, the Titans are like, "We're about to do a rebuild. We know this. We're gonna trade Derrick Henry because we're gonna get off his contract. Like
he's a free agent,
or they're not gonna resign him. But they're about to hit a rebuild and a restart, and a lot of their players are going to be gone. And I think they basically said this is not the coach for that, and that's why it came so abrupt because he literally they have him on fucking losing sucks. Is that what you wanted to hear? So, and if he's that way now, can you imagine what he'd be like next year when they're
during the rebuild?
Yeah, exactly. So I think that coach, he's the coach that's meant to get you over the hump. He's not the coach meant for a rebuild. Or he's the coach that comes in and you see talent in a team, but the coach they're not a shitty team, but they're 1 or 2 pieces away. They have talent. You can change the culture. Very similar to what he did in fucking in Tennessee, where he can get the most out of the talent. Now, as far as going to New England, is Bill fired?
We have no idea.
That's just the first domino to fall.
Second thing is, why would you go replace Bill?
He's
Who the
Everyone-
fuck? No, no.
Someone's gonna have to replace him if they get rid of him.
Who wants to be the first coach after Bill gets fired?
We'll see if he gets fired.
But think about that. Would you, Sam? Would you want to be that coach?
No, because that team's a dumpster fire.
Not even that it's a dumpster fire. If you don't turn that shit around with the fan base, they could have kept Bill. Like if you're firing a legend, we're gonna fire Bill right now. He's a legend. We're gonna fire him. And we're going to bring in this guy. So we assume that this guy is going to do better than what Bill did the last 2 years, right? What happened?
It'll be just a temporary stop for him.
That fan base is going to turn on him quicker than they did Mac Jones.
Because Patriots fans are spoiled.
Remember, they were calling Mac Jones Baby Brady. They're going to turn on him faster than they did with Mac Jones. You do not want to be that next coach. You want to be the coach.
That fan base is the most
after.
spoiled one.
Yeah, you want to be the coach after that coach. But yeah, that is true. The Bears did not
make no sense. We don't need to talk about that.
But you need. So I don't think, and I've also heard people say he's going to be a defensive coordinator for them and be the coach in waiting. If he didn't have any offers, I could see that. But he's going to be on everybody's list. He's going to be
the first coach off the board.
Besides Jim Harbaugh.
Besides Harbaugh, if he leaves Michigan.
Those two are
Michigan's gone, or Harbaugh's gone.
Nobody, he's already, no other coaches are going to fall until those two get hired. And I tweeted out what I thought where he should go, Atlanta.
Yeah, I was going to say I think Atlanta would be a great fit for him.
Is the perfect fit. They have running backs. They have weapons on the outside. They're young, but it's not that they don't have talent. They do need a quarterback, but it's not that they don't have talent. It's Arthur Smith didn't know how to fucking use the talent.
They're going to bring Tannehill.
He is a stupid motherfucker, that guy.
So again, if you bring in Tannehill for a 1-year buffer, that's not that big of a deal.
No,
depending on who you can get in the draft. Because you're going to get him on a cheap contract. And we know this division's a fucking dumpster fire.
He could take over this division in 1 year with Tannehill.
That's what I'm saying. With Tannehill, Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitt, whoever they pick up in the draft, yeah, this would be great. You'll get the end of all rants from Sam.
No, there's a certain. I feel like if Vrabel had Tannehill, fine, that's okay. But if they didn't get Vrabel and they did that, then yeah, you would definitely get it.
But it's a buffer in that scenario. So I think like Vrabel, I think Atlanta is a great fit for him. I don't think the Chargers are a good fit for him because of their salary cap hell. I hope he doesn't come to the Raiders. Who else do we got? The Panthers.
Nah, Vrabel would not.
That's
go
the worst. That's the worst job.
Only good thing about that job is
position out there.
Only good thing about that job is if you hire the coach first, they get to pick their GM. That's the only good thing about that job. Could he go to Washington? Another team that has talent?
Yeah, take Tannehill
with
there.
A new organization.
And it's not Dan Snyder anymore, so it's actually better.
Or Seattle.
Seattle might be a rough one. Seattle might be a little rough.
Why do you say that?
Well, the same kind of concept you have with replacing Bill. Like you're replacing a very interesting, like a long tenured, successful coach in Seattle history, and you don't know how they're going to take it.
True, but he hasn't won in fucking 10 years.
It doesn't matter.
And he's only got 1, not 6. But I get what you're saying. That might be hard to replace. But I think they might be set up for one. Okay. I'm going to be 100% honest on Bieniemy. I've been on a KC podcast and I've said this. Bieniemy is not getting hired because there is something not right with Bieniemy. Yes, our Chiefs organization, once he left and we bring in fucking piece of shit Matt Nagy, our offense does not look good. And we could be missing Eric Bieniemy. But Washington did not look good. Like their offense looked good for a quick 3 games. And then after that, their offense looked absolutely dog shit. They had a couple good games. And when he got hired, he had full autonomy of that offense. But if Eric Bieniemy goes anywhere, I think he goes to Washington. Because I think that would be the only smart move. Like you bring him in and basically tell him, look, you're next in line if something happens with Ron Rivera. So I don't think it'll be too long before we hear Eric Bieniemy get hired as the
Washington head coach. Yeah, you know what? I can understand that.
For the Washington Commanders. And I don't think it's that much longer before we hear Eric Bieniemy gets fired. So there's something that's not right. There's something that's not going on. Yes, we had the Washington Commanders players fucking complaining in the very beginning, but they weren't the only one. Ex-Chiefs players were complaining about him. So I don't know, and I don't know if I think Atlanta. If I'm Atlanta, I stay the fuck away from. I need somebody halfway decently proven.
I wouldn't want Bieniemy.
If I'm Atlanta, I want Harbaugh.
Vrabel.
I want Vrabel. Belichick.
Is that your pick, Sam? If you could have your pick, you'd pick Vrabel?
I'd pick Vrabel.
Yeah.
I would not want Belichick personally. Like, yeah, it would be cool to have him, but I don't think his culture will mesh well.
So who do you think the Titans go after?
Harbaugh.
I think Harbaugh ends up with the Raiders or with the Chargers.
Well, I thought Belichick, if he moves on, is looking at the Chargers.
Belichick ain't going nowhere, guys. If they were going to fire him, they would have already fired him. We would have heard it by now. He's not going nowhere.
I heard he's getting transferred to the head of public relations.
Yeah.
Wait, Martindale. Carlos Smart. I don't know. The Titans will probably get like a young coach. They'll probably go after a college coach.
Wait, what's Carl Smile?
I don't know, but it just looks funny.
They're going to go after anyone who knows the name Sean McVay.
I could see them going after a college coach because you're going to go through a rebuild. So you need a coach that is going to Carl.
It's an emote.
Oh. I don't know what that is. I could see him going to. I could definitely see them going with a college coach.
The only thing with college coaches though is they don't particularly work out too well.
Yeah, 100%. But who wants that job after you fired Mike Vrabel?
I mean, that's a lot of questions with a lot of these. Like,
oh, you know what? I just thought of Belichick's going to Alabama.
Who?
Saban's coming to the Patriots.
Saban.
All right, let's get. Go ahead, Sam. Go ahead.
Woo!
Go ahead.
This man was a dumb motherfucker when he was around. He was the dumbest piece of shit I ever met. If a building was on fire, he'd say, "Let's run into it." No one would expect that. There's a TikToker who has YouTube videos. Her name was Annie something, and she is hilarious when it comes to Arthur Smith because it is very true. He just comes up with the stupidest fucking things in the world. So I'm glad to have him gone. The little bitch fit he threw after the Saints game was honestly, I didn't agree with his bitch.
Annie Agar?
Yeah, that's who it is. Her skits are hilarious when it comes to Arthur Smith.
So
she's hilarious.
Real quick, do
I recognize Beavis and Butthead. What does that one mean?
Yeah,
Beavis and Butthead. And then that's Chris Farley.
Yeah, Chris Farley.
Because that's in Around Rubber. This looks like this was the guy.
Down by the river.
Yeah, around. Yeah. She has some nice boobs. Point standing up high.
But she actually does make some really funny videos, minus whatever the hell he's saying.
Funny. Sebastian just won his match. Ankle picked his opponent. The match was tied third period. Ankle picked, got a takedown. Time ran out. He looked at the ref, and the ref said 2 points green. Sebastian just called me, telling me he followed it. Fuck yeah, Sebastian! I told you, ankle pickle. That was so. Kameho is. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm fucking excited. Tell him I'm excited. So that's when we were at his house, and I told him about his ankle pick. I was like, no. You got, especially when time's expired, they're not expecting that. You fucking pick his ankle real fucking, because you know that's how Dillard used to have us do that shit. You go down, put that bone right here on the ankle, because all they do is gotta fall, and that'll make them motherfuckers fall. Hell yeah! Congratulations, Sebastian, high school wrestler. Let's go.
Okay, high school wrestling.
So go back to your Arthur Smith.
Arthur Smith, he's a dumb fuck. His little bitch fit he threw at Dennis Allen, I think, was just, there was no point. He already got fucked. His fate was sealed, so it shouldn't have mattered to him if fucking Jamal Williams wanted to score or not. I didn't care. I'm glad this idiot's gone. Now we can actually get a coach who will use his fucking weapons. And like I said, I think Vrabel is my number one pick to have come in there. I think Belichick would not be the greatest fit just because I don't think his culture will mesh well with the Atlanta scene. I think it works because he's in Boston and nothing really goes on in Boston, so it works well. If we had to pick a number 2, maybe Jim Harbaugh might be decent. I'm not 100% sold on the Harbaugh one, to be completely straight with you on that one, but possibilities are endless here with what they can do now. Like, get a quarterback. Justin Fields gave you an audition for what he brings to the table. He literally auditioned in your face by putting up that fucking amazing game in the snow. So you can go out and trade for him if you want. And I think
him.
What's up?
They're not trading him.
Yeah, you never know. That team was a fucking mess.
I heard Justin Fields to the Falcons as a rumor floating out there.
A lot of speculation around there. They might trade for him.
There's a lot of speculation about a lot of shit that people don't be doing. Nobody knew the Titans were going to fire Mike Vrabel. Nobody knew that. No,
I think the Falcons could get Justin Fields.
The Bears trading Justin Fields is absolutely asinine.
Okay, we're talking about the Bears. They do the dumbest fucking things.
Yeah, but the problem you have is they have way too many holes to fill. With how many quarterback needy teams you have, just like fucking last year, you can trade back and do exactly what you did last year and have no problem whatsoever and fill your thing and then decide on Justin Fields because he's shown you flashes. But let's be honest, as an organization, you guys have just now starting to put the weapons around him. And they still need a fucking offensive line. So trading him right now would be absolutely dumb, in my opinion. To go, who are they going to go with? Caleb Williams? We don't know how.
I think that's who they want.
Nobody knows how good this dude's going to be in the NFL.
He's going to be the best ever.
No, let's stop talking shit. Like, I don't watch much college football, but I've purposely gone back and watched some of his games. He does a lot of dumbass shit. The problem is he makes some amazing ass fucking throws that are great for TikTok and Vine and look fucking amazing. But it didn't translate to success on the field. And we go, oh, the USC teams fucking suck. But you're 100% right. But they didn't translate to success on field. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it's like a comedian workshopping his stuff before his special.
USC quarterbacks don't pan out that well.
Exactly. And do you think he's going to be any better on the Bears team? Learning an NFL? No. Like, you have a guy that's now been in the system, 2 years? Now, so now
the guy who already said the coaching is a fucking joke.
The coach, look, I don't think the coaching is great. I think they should fire the coach.
He's already gone out and talked shit about them.
Who?
Fields. Remember earlier in the season?
Yes, and he was right.
Yeah, but then he had to give an apology. So clearly they want to keep Eberflus over Justin Fields.
Yeah. So, but the problem that I have is I think trading Justin Fields does not get you the draw that the number one pick does. You don't get the same return. And secondly, I don't think it helps you because unless your team is made to win, how many quarterbacks come in? And yes, the Houston Texans, CJ Stroud. Yes, they're in the playoffs.
Okay, but you want to know what's up though? We can say CJ Stroud all we want. Trevor Lawrence looked like shit his first year. Joe Burrow looked like shit his first year.
Let's not forget they also got the defensive player too.
Yeah.
So they traded.
That. A quarterback's not going to save them, but the Bears are dumb enough to be fucking dumb.
So now, granted, if they put him up there, you just have to give him a high second round pick. Second and a third, and you got him.
So he's already gone out and shit on the organization. So what reason would they want? Like they'd be willing to give him up no matter what.
That's what we think. But if he's right, it doesn't matter.
if he's right. But clearly,
And
the
then-
organization doesn't think
and
he's
there's
right. If
some
they kept
people in there.
Eberflus.
There's some people in there that are going to sit up there and say the same thing I'm saying to fucking those GMs. And is Ryan Poles still the GM?
Yes.
Oh, well, damn it. Never mind. I thought they fuck. Everything
No,
I
they
said,
didn't fire
forget it.
nobody.
The Bears are trading fucking. I thought they fired him last offseason.
No, he's still there.
I thought Ryan Poles got fired last year.
Oh, is that what you were basing off of polls?
Yes. I didn't think he was there anymore.
No, he's still there. The Bears are the dumbest fucking team in the world. They have a great thing going on with Fields. He's got a great connection with DJ Moore, but they're going to fuck it up. They're going to end up trading Fields for scraps.
Fuck what I just said. God damn it.
I
thought he
will.
was fired last season. Now, what I said is common sense. That's what the Bears should do. But they won't do it. He's
Common sense
100%
goes out
right.
the window when you say Chicago Bears.
Who is
They
the
got that
worst
uncommon
head coach
sense.
possible that has the
Exactly.
most likely possibility of getting a job?
Josh McDaniels.
No.
No, he's proven that he can't get a job anymore.
Oh, he'll get a
We're
job.
We're gonna have
Give
to
him a
go
year.
back. He'll get off. He's got to go back to Bill Belichick as offensive coordinator. Let's probably Frank Wright.
No,
Yeah.
Matt Patricia.
Are we talking about recycled
Yeah, like-
coaches or one that's never been the head coach?
He's saying who is the worst head coach possible that has the most likely possibility of getting a head coaching job?
Oh,
So
Frank
right
Wright has
now-
no possibility anymore.
Who?
Frank Wright has no possibility.
Listen.
And neither does
listen,
Patricia, so my comment's wrong too.
listen, I think Frank Wright does have a possibility.
Where?
The Raiders.
Would it be
would
Arthur
the
Smith?
Raiders get
Then?
him?
Because the Raiders do stupid shit like the Bears.
Okay,
But-
but
But hold
I've
on, let me
noticed their
finish.
stupid shit is always going after the
Let
big
me
name.
finish. Let's
Or
be
Staley.
100%. He's not getting a job anytime soon.
No,
Let's
Staley's
be-
done.
Let's be
That's a tricky
100%.
question though, because like worst possible means normally you'd be not even in contention to get a job. So to find that person
Like,
that's
it's like
like
I'm
teetering,
This is the reason why I say
yeah.
it's Frank.
But then that means they're not going to be that as worse as others. So it might
True.
end up being like an average coach.
But who? This is why I say it's Frank Wright. Because you can give him a mulligan in a couple situations. Okay. Indianapolis Colts did not have a quarterback. It was
Hold
not
on,
Frank.
I wanna see
It,
something.
it was not only Frank's right decision to keep bringing in Matt Ryan and Phillip Rivers and keep going to get another quarterback. They did not have a quarterback almost his whole fucking tenure. And he's already said the Panthers selected the wrong fucking guy.
Yeah, Frank
So
Wright
if
didn't
you-
want him.
If you look at it right now, he could have had CJ Stroud and might still have his fucking job. So that's why I think he can talk somebody into it. Because even though he didn't do good with Matt Ryan, he did make the playoffs with Phillip Rivers, right? Or am I wrong with his head coaching?
I'm trying to look to see. All right, 2018, he made the playoffs, which was his
Yep.
first year coaching.
And that was
I
with the coach.
That was
Right.
that was Andrew Luck's first year of retirement.
Okay. So he made the playoffs with what? Jacoby Brissett?
Hold on.
That was it. That was the coaching. That was his coach. Because remember, Andrew Luck walked up to Jacoby Brissett and said, "It's your time."
Was 2018 No, 2018 was Andrew Luck.
Okay. Okay.
So 2018 was the was the last year of Andrew Luck.
2019 was Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Andrew Luck was 2018. 2019 was Brissett and Hoyer. He missed the playoff with that one. 2020 was Phillip Rivers, made the playoffs, lost the Bills in the wild card. 2021 was Carson Wentz. 2022 was Matt Ryan, and he got fired after 9 games.
Okay, so in 5 years in Indy, he's 40-33 with retired quarterbacks, basically.
Yeah.
Every quarterback that he had in the last 3 seasons is not in the fucking league right now. Well, Carson Wentz is because he just got fucking
Carson
signed.
is on the Rams.
Yeah, because he just got signed, but he wasn't in the league the whole fucking season. So that's what I'm saying. When in the Jacoby Brissett year, when he had Jacoby Brissett, he went 7-9. When they didn't find out that Andrew Luck was retiring until the 4th preseason game. So from that moment on, when you look at his coaching career, it's really not that bad of a job that he did.
Consider so looking back at it, you're not wrong. He's 40-33 with the Colts, which is pretty good with the revolving door of quarterbacks.
Exactly. Every year you have a new fucking quarterback. And that was it. For 5 years, he had a new starting quarterback every season. Nobody succeeds that way. And somehow he still ends up with a winning record. And he only had 2 losing seasons. He went 7-9 and 3-5.
And then he had a losing season this year because his owner gave him a team that's nothing.
Do you see my point? Why he might be the one that gets, let's just fucking go to him. He might be the one that gets hired.
He could get rehired. So I can see it.
Yeah, I'm not, but basically from optics, he would be, all of you guys immediately like, there's no way he gets fucking hired again. So that's why I said he would be the worst possible.
I didn't say that there wasn't any way he'd get hired again. I could see him getting hired.
Okay.
No, I definitely said that.
There's no my bad. I bunched up.
I was the one who said that. That was definitely me.
So that's kind of where I'm going with, where even though there's a connotation that he's not a good coach out there, when you look at it, it's not really that bad.
He seemed like a nice guy.
Who do you think the Panthers? What do you guys think about them?
I think they're the worst team to go for right now.
Well, we know they fired the GM, but the owner's still there.
They might be the first team that has to go without a coach. They're just gonna have a fucking.
The owner's gonna be
a new coach. They'll have a new coach every week. They'll take turns.
Listen,
just like what was that? Who was that? Matt Rule when he did his revolving quarterback thing.
Yeah,
all right. Sam Darnold will be the starter, but then Baker will close us out or something stupid.
It'll be like player coach.
This is where Eric Bieniemy goes if he doesn't go to Washington.
If I'm Eric Bieniemy, I don't think I want that job.
But you can't turn it down.
A lot of people probably could.
Eric Bieniemy can't.
Oh yeah, you're right. He
can't turn it down. So if Washington goes in and hires somebody else or does not offer him the job, I could definitely see the Panthers trying to go after him. They don't have to pay him an arm and a leg. Give him a 4 to 5 year contract. They're still paying Frank Wright, so they'll probably give him some time. And because he's offensive minded and you have a young quarterback and he's used to working with quarterbacks, I definitely think this is where Eric Bieniemy would end up if he's not in Washington. And especially if Washington starts interviewing other people and he doesn't get the head coaching job. But
I don't know if he would rather hold out for a better job.
He can't. He cannot. Eric Bieniemy has been talking shit for the last 6 years that he has not been offered a head coaching job. If he gets offered a head coaching job and he turns it down, nobody else is offering him one. It doesn't matter that it's the Panthers. So just to give you an idea, that's why he left the Chiefs. He left the Chiefs, and it was arranged by him and Andy Reid that if he did not get a head coaching job, they would let him go someplace else. So that way they couldn't say that it was Andy Reid calling the plays. So the last 6 years, he kept saying, I'm not a head coach because I'm black, or I'm not a head coach because this. And finally, in the last couple of years, people started saying, no, there's another reason for Eric Bieniemy. So if the Panthers offer him the job and he turns it down, he's not getting offered another job. It's kind of like, it's almost like the song and pony dance. I don't want to say the same thing with Colin Kaepernick, but it's kind of like when, I didn't get offered a job. No, you didn't get offered a starting job. Or when players, Cam Newton, I should be starting. No, bitch, you should not. That's why you're not offered a job. If you could be a backup, then you probably would still be in the fucking NFL. But because you have a starter mentality at your age, you're not. It's kind of that same thing where that's going to give him a bad reputation after already having a bad one for not getting picked. And the owners are a good old boy committee. So finally, one of us gives you an opportunity and you spit in our face. Nah. But we also forgot about Brian Flores.
Yeah, he could get one. He could get a job.
Hey, Bobby G, what's up, buddy? I was definitely about to come up to y'all, and I was going to tweet y'all earlier today, and I forgot about it after Buffalo won. Tweeting you and KC being like, is Sean McDermott still getting fired? because boy Casey was he was getting fired. That's shout out to Bobby G. He's got a great podcast. That's one of the podcasts that I went on a couple weeks ago. So I definitely think that the Panthers are going to have to go after like a Brian Flores, an Eric Bieniemy, give me another assistant out there. Kind of what happened with the Eagles last year.
Losing both their coordinators?
Yeah, but they're going to go with a coordinator. I don't think any respectable coach is going to go back and do that and deal with them. And certainly,
Dan Quinn, if he wants to go for a head coaching job, could probably get whatever.
Yeah,
Dan Quinn can say no. That's the difference between Dan Quinn and Bill Bellamy. Or Bill Bellamy. I mean, Eric Bieniemy. What the fuck is wrong with me today?
Bill Bellamy would be a great hire.
He would be.
How to be an NFL coach and shit.
Has been a coach, and he can say no because he has a great position, and he's not bitching about not getting an opportunity. You can't bitch about that.
You literally saw what he could do with a team that honestly didn't look great to begin with.
Exactly. So there's a lot of, I think the Panthers, I think, who's the other one? The Panthers and the Commanders and probably the Titans. The Titans and the Panthers are going to have to hire younger offensive coordinators that haven't been a coach before.
Yeah, like that guy in Detroit.
Yeah, because of the new ownership, the Commanders probably can get anybody they want if they're going to throw money at them because of that new ownership, and they're going to have to fix the stadium. What do you guys think about the Chargers? Who do you think they're going to take?
Anyone that knows the name Sean McVay. That's what they did with Brandon Staley.
I think the Chargers are going to have a hard time finding a coach.
In the surprise move, they're going to rehire Brandon Staley.
In a surprise move, they rehire Brandon
Staley. Kidding. Just kidding.
I think they're going to have a hard time finding a coach because of the salary cap hell that they're in.
So what they're going to do is go find Norv Turner and bring him back.
No, but Chargers will be the first team that will be coached by ChatGPT.
Have an AI do it. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Yes.
Please don't. And then so we know that the Raiders are going to go after Jim Harbaugh. We know that. The Brady tie connection, all that shit. What do you guys think is the best job?
The best job
available right now.
Bias is kicking in, but the Falcons.
They got weapons.
They've got weapons. They're young.
They just need a QB.
Quarterback.
But at least you get to choose your quarterback, so it's not like you inherit, a quarterback that you don't want.
Whoever you want to work with.
Okay.
It's not a bad choice. Commanders, I guess, would be up there too. Yeah. They got talent.
And they have new ownership. The new ownership is a huge key.
Seattle's actually a pretty good one too. Seattle's a good one.
Except for you're stuck with Geno Smith's contract.
Except for you're stuck
and it rains a lot.
Yeah. And your weapons and your weapons are getting older.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett's about to probably retire soon.
Exactly.
You just got rookie receiver Jackson Smith, whatever.
Yeah, and I mean DK
Metcalf was pretty decent.
Yeah, he's not old.
San Diego's about to be a rebuild, right?
They can't rebuild. They owe too much money.
Who is?
So
San Diego. They don't exist anymore.
Or LA. Damn it.
They'll always be San Diego.
Seattle, easy. Another reason why I don't think Seattle is because of the division. I don't think that division makes it easy. Because the Niners aren't going anywhere. We don't know what's going to happen with the Cardinals. So, I mean, I think I would have to say I would have to go with Atlanta for all the reasons.
You could mold them in any way you want.
And they have salary cap. So
they've got plenty.
I mean, the Raiders, you have to worry about what's going to happen with Devontae Adams.
And Mark Davis is an asshole.
We've seen? So I don't know. They should probably take Antonio Pierce. The Chargers, you have to go through salary cap hell. The Commanders
are a destroyed mess.
Yeah, but again, the new ownership makes it an enticing thing.
Because with the Panthers?
Oh, I'm sorry, the Panthers. No, the Panthers. Never mind, the Panthers. I thought you said
Yeah,
the
no,
Commanders.
Commanders. I'm with you. Like the ownership, like the new ownership is not bad.
But the Panthers are an absolute mess. So that's and the owner is fucking absolutely stupid.
Because the thing is, if you go to the Panthers, you have to worry about being fired within literally your first year.
Yeah.
You have
The
to worry
Titans-
about getting a drink thrown on you.
That too.
Yeah, exactly. The Titans, we don't know what the fuck they're about to do. So I don't think that's a bad job, but you don't know
They
what's
have
about.
so many uncertainty after firing
Yeah.
Vrabel.
And they're about to start a rebuild. So I'm not. So I would have to say Atlanta, and I would say the Panthers is the worst job.
Oh yeah, Panthers are definitely.
Now, again, I'm not saying I don't think the Seahawks are that bad of a job, but what we were talking about earlier, he mentioned it early after I said Belichick. Same thing with Belichick. You don't want to fire a legend coach for them, or follow a legend coach. You don't want to follow who is one of their greatest coaches that they've ever had, and be the guy that follows him after they got rid of him. You want to be the guy.
With the Falcons, you're following Mr. 7-10.
Exactly.
He literally with the same record every year.
Yeah, I'm not sure I want to follow Pete Carroll, and I'm not sure I want to be in Seattle ever.
Just because it rains.
Just because it rains. And isn't that like the suicide capital of the world, of the United States?
I don't know.
I think at one point it was.
Yeah, it was. Because it's so depressing.
Let's see, hold on. Which state has the highest suicide rate? Wyoming is number one. Montana is number
not
2.
that high anymore. Shit.
Alaska is number 3.
That makes sense, though.
Let's see by state.
Yeah, but Alaska only has 220 deaths. And
I think you want to look by city instead of by state. Yeah, where does Seattle rank? Where does Seattle rank in suicides?
Well, U.S. suicides hit all-time high last year. Let's see. This would never get monetized because of what we're talking about.
Yeah, I think we should move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's go to a different one where we can fucking shadow ban.
All right, everybody, reach out to Boys Town hotline.
The Boys and Girls Club. Hey, just so you guys do know, if you do
hop onto the chat, we'll talk you through it.
Definitely, if you have any issues, call
I've suffered for 27 years of fucking no conference championships, so if anybody can strive,
I survived for 28-3.
We gotta survive it. 28-3.
I survived 2 meltdowns in the playoffs where one guy, when a quarterback caught his own touchdown pass.
I had to deal with that same quarterback saying that our team was undevelopable.
Yeah, 100%. Well, didn't he play for Arthur Smith?
He did.
So he might have a point there.
Yeah, he played with him in Tennessee, and that's the reason why he was relevant. And then he went to Atlanta and said, nope, this team is going downhill real quick.
All right. We normally don't talk about this, but let's just talk about the national championship. Did anybody watch it? Did you guys see it?
I saw a little bit of it.
I thought about it. I said, "Hey, it's going on right now." Anyways.
So reason why I want to talk about it is I heard a real quick sentence in a video I was watching. And basically, they said the national championship, the playoffs, is not a playoffs. It's an invitational.
It's a what?
Invitational.
That's what I had posted about when they had made the selections and had left Florida State out.
Yeah. So it's not a playoff because the playoffs, you have a actual how people are seated.
There's too many teams.
Yeah. The best teams get in the playoffs. Except for your divisions. It doesn't matter. Like if you go by the standings, you have that one team that's the fucking Texans in the AFC but they're better than every other team because the rest of the teams are 9-8. So most of the time and the best teams get in. But in this scenario, the top 4 teams did not get in, and it's basically an invitational. What do you think about that? I know your thoughts on it, Mo, because you kind of agreed with that.
I mean, it's not wrong. I mean, Georgia probably should have been in there. I mean, I get that they lost a game, but they're definitely better than most teams out there.
Yeah, no. I mean, fuck, Florida State should have been there. They're undefeated.
Yeah, but the reason why I say Georgia over Florida State now is because we just saw them get fucking manhandled by fucking.
But I don't know if you could take that one game sample though and say, oh,
Like
that's
20 of their
why
players.
Florida State didn't get in, because at that point they didn't give a fuck.
No, they probably didn't care anymore. But that's why also I think the 8-team playoff is going to be pretty good next year. And I say
12-team?
pretty good because like you're still going to have the controversy like this. You're still going to be like, oh, why didn't this team make it? Or why didn't this team make
Which
it?
is what I was talking about. There's too many teams. There's what, like 200 some colleges.
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
just
like the
untenable.
Pac-12 is basically gone now.
It's untenable to make it merit based. So what I just thought of right now is, what if you had like the top 4 teams from each conference do like a playoff at the end? But I guess that'd be like too many games. I don't know if they'd have to shorten up like the regular
They'd have to shorten
season.
their
But
season.
people get all
that
crazy
would
about, oh, the regular season means a lot. It's like, regular season is stupid.
That would last till March, buddy.
Fuck it, man. People love football.
There's 9 conferences, right? No, there might not be. There might not be 9.
No, Pac-12 is gone now.
The Pac-12 is still there.
No, it's about to be the Pac-2.
No, but they only have 2 teams, right?
This is the last year.
So where's the other 2 teams going? Are they going independent?
It'll just be them. Fucking somebody's gonna be champ. 50-50 chat.
No.
They're going to be beating each other up.
Wait, no, guys. You have the American Conference, the ACC, the Big 12, the Big 10, the Conference USA, the FBS Independents, the Mid-American, the Mountain West, the Pac-12, the SEC, and the Sun Belt.
I never understood the American Conference. Does that mean all the other conferences are un-American?
They're Canadian.
There's 11 conferences. That's 44 fucking teams.
All right, then top 2.
And they only play a week apart because they can't play back-to-back games like basketball. So
that's why it's like
ever. I think honestly, there's no easy way to do it. I don't care if you pick 8. I don't care if you pick 16. I don't care if you pick 44. There's always going to be, unless you do something where the division winners get in, and then every division winner gets in. So we have 11 teams, and then a couple wild cards. There you go.
For 16.
That's probably the best thing you're going to do. And make it a 16-team thing. And I know it's going to suck because they're going to be like, oh, well, the Sun Belt, why do they get an automatic bid when their fucking teams suck? Well, bitch, if you want to be in an automatic bid, don't go to a fucking major conference, you dumb motherfucker. Go to the Sun Belt. You automatically got in. Shut the fuck up. Fucking Georgia, you'd been in the Sun Belt. You got it. So I think it sounds dumb in my opinion because the Sun Belt and American cannot compete with Alabama in them. But that's the easiest way to do it. Just take 5 wildcard teams.
Just send them to the NFL. They'll be fine.
The next 5 teams in the ranking, whoever's not in there. So if 1 through 5 are in, then that means 5 through 10 are the wildcard teams. That's the only thing I can
college football makes no sense to me.
It doesn't. At least they're admitting that it's a business now and not a fucking not an academic scholarship.
No, because most players stay for 2 years and they're out.
Half those kids don't even go to class.
What are you talking about? In basketball, they stay for a fucking semester.
Yeah, and then they're out.
Yeah, in the NBA, again, baseball has the best thing. You can get drafted, but if you go to college, you got to be there, 2 to 3 years?
2-3 years.
Yep. Best thing. Especially for development. All right, anybody got anything else they want to talk about?
Nick Saban's gone. He's no more.
What do you guys think about that?
It was probably time. Because he was doing college game day more often. I feel like then he was coaching at this point.
Was it?
Yeah, I always saw clips of him on college game day with Pat McAfee.
All I'm gonna say is that you're not gonna be hearing a lot of Roll Tide.
What?
It's the end of an era.
The head coach.
It doesn't matter. It's the end of the era. Bill O'Brien.
No, not Bill O'Brien.
Whoever the head coach is gonna be.
I don't even remember who the hell that offensive coordinator was that came to
Atlanta. None of them are gonna be able to walk in and say, "I have this many rings." You can sit your ass down as a freshman and wait 2 to 3 fucking years before you play. But when you play, you're going to go to the NFL. That's not going to happen, especially with the fucking transfer portal.
No, the transfer portal kills everything with that.
Yeah, so
I think that's why he's retiring.
I was about to say that's probably another reason why. Because he can't do what he used to do. He doesn't have the depth that he
That's
used
same.
to have behind. Yeah. So
You
that
can't
is
have a Tua and a Jalen Hurts on the same team at that point.
exactly. Look, they had Tua, Jalen Hurts, and Mac Jones
I
Yeah.
think so.
all at the same fucking time.
Mac Jones is the throw-in, honestly.
And then Bryce Young.
It was only Bryce Young, though.
Yeah, but Bryce Young was playing when Mac Jones was playing.
Yeah.
Who? Mac Jones.
Mac Jones. So yeah, it's surprising, but I mean, what's going to be weird is if Belichick retires and Saban retires. And then Greg Popovich retires.
They're gonna be out in the fucking lake together filming
know,
that
like,
fight.
that would
Popovich might be happy to stay because he's got Wembenyama.
When Bignana's going to be okay. We'll talk about that on a different time.
Oh, peace. R.I.P. John Morant season.
What? Oh yeah.
He's out. Mo, how come you're not taking us to soccer right now?
He doesn't start till 10.
We play at 10 tonight, so it's gonna be
1 year time.
freezing.
Yeah, 1 year time. Because they want it because it's fucking cold. Y'all gonna be freezing your asses off out there.
It's cold.
We're in the 30s. We're in the 30s.
Yeah, it was 29 degrees last night.
Damn, y'all getting cold.
Yeah. So yeah, it's so cold. It's one of those, and it's bone chilling cold. Like it's like in Connecticut, it's cold. You can look outside, you can see the snow.
You see this exactly. That's a big key. That's a big key because the fucking psych out here. You're like, how is it fucking cold? There's no fucking snow anywhere.
So you're like, oh, it's January. It's fucking cold in Connecticut. We look outside and it's sunny. No wind, no nothing. And you're just like, damn, this looks nice. The same way it looks in the summer. And it's January, so we might have a chance that we get 60-degree weather. And then you walk outside and your fingers and feet start hurting. You're just like, what the fuck? Like all of your joints hurt. Like everything fucking hurts. And I'm just old. So
and you're just old.
But yeah, so we've definitely, I don't know how you're playing soccer right now in that weather.
Yeah, Mo, I'm even with him on this one. Damn, dude. Like 28, if it's gonna be 29 degrees and you're gonna go play soccer, that's fucked up.
We gotta have a couple layers. Luckily,
my brother does indoor soccer around here.
Yeah, that would probably be the move during the winter. Yeah. But I don't like to leave the team hanging, so
they got that feel right now. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. When's your next game?
Tonight at 10.
Not tonight. When's your next game?
After that.
Next week.
All right, let me know, and I'll probably end up coming if I can.
Cool.
Oh, this Wednesday we're good. Just to give a heads up because I keep forgetting to tell everybody. I go out of town the 20th through the 26th, through the 25th. My birthday is the 26th of January, so we're going to Sacramento and then we're going to Disneyland.
Ooh, nice.
We'll do the podcast. We'll do the podcast that Saturday. We just won't do the Wednesday night one.
No going for it on 4th.
Yeah, no going for it on 4th. And that'll probably be good, just depending on it, because we're gonna, just so everybody knows, we are gonna transition Wednesday into more sports documentaries or sports reviews on sports movies and other random ass shit. So that might be what we start doing after that. The high here and Sunday is.
I think there's something wrong with your number. What's that?
I don't know.
What's that fucking dash in front of it?
Is that Celsius? You didn't tell if it's Celsius or Fahrenheit. I'm assuming that's
what
Celsius.
Those fucking imaginary numbers?
I'm assuming you don't have the metric system where you live at. That's what I'm assuming. So I'm assuming
don't have the metric system.
That's Celsius, okay? That ain't Fahrenheit. Stop fucking lying. That ain't fucking Fahrenheit.
Where are you at, Tufo?
Is he in Texas?
No,
he's told us like multiple times. KC, yeah, okay. That's what I'm saying. He's told us multiple times. For some other reason. It's so funny.
Are you going to the game?
I was gonna say that's how I should have figured out it was that because it's gonna be -2 for the game.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
He's a Chiefs fan too?
Yes, he is a Chiefs fan.
That's how you guys connected?
Yeah, that's basically how we connected. He's also, but to be honest, he's a great a great person to have as a connection for your podcast because hell
I
no,
have
I
a
have a 75.
75.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
he actually, and yes, he supports a lot. He talks with Boykins, one of the guys that was on us. He talks with another couple people that were in podcast groups. So he actually he supports a lot when it comes to sports and all that
Speaking
stuff.
of 75-inch TVs, TSL Group had they had a Skyloft this week to showcase some of their new shit. They had a
yeah, I saw a lot of that.
115-inch TV.
Oh, speaking of that shit, I finally went to Fountain Blue. Did you see it?
Not yet. No, I haven't been to
It's
Fountain Blue yet.
it's disappointing.
Disappointing?
It's disappointing.
That shit was
It
dead?
it was dead, but you know how they're talking about it's one of the most it's beautiful. No, it's not. No, it's not even that.
It ain't even the win?
It's not even Caesar's Palace. Like Caesar's
Yeah.
Palace. Yeah. So I would say, like, I would literally say it's very similar to MGM. Now, is it big? Yes. Do they have 2 lobbies? Yes. Does it look nice because it's across from Circus? Yes. But outside of that, and their pool is probably cool because they have like the coolest pool. But it's supposed to be because Miami's is cool. So when they bring it here, everybody's expecting. On the Strip, it's not that cool. It's an average ass casino.
Yeah.
So, Sam, make sure you get prepared for the weather. Hopefully,
We
you don't
already
get
are. We're all prepared over here.
all that canned food and stuff that you guys got to get.
We did
We
that.
better see you mark yourself safe
Yeah.
on
Don't
Facebook.
worry. We'll let you know what's going on over here.
All right. Mo, have fun at your soccer game tonight. Make sure you wear your long johns,
Long John Silver's, baby.
thermals.
Fuck yeah. Have to fucking throw some hand warmers in the pockets.
When
Exactly.
you doing your,
You know what else? You throw
undisputed
the hand
game
warmers
again?
in your
What happened to that?
That too. What happened?
Eric, when you playing undisputed again?
Sometime this week. Yeah.
Is that a game with Skip and Shannon?
No.
No, not shit.
You get to pick. You get to pick who you're gonna want to debate with.
I was gonna do it on Sunday, but then we started watching, and then I was like, all the games. So yeah. So I just
Speaking of, what'd you think of that Cat Williams shit?
Oh, I loved it. Okay, we'll talk about that on Saturday. We could definitely get into that on Saturday and go off on that because that was fucking. You have not seen it, have you, Sam?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, so
Watch that.
Cat Williams showed up on Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp's podcast.
Yeah.
It's like 2 hours and 40 minutes. I'm not saying you have to watch all of it, but at least watch the highlights.
I could probably find it on YouTube and get the highlights.
He woke up and chose violence. Well, the whole podcast is on YouTube, but he woke up and literally chose violence. He went off on Kevin Hart, Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer. He went off on fucking everybody. And it was so fucking crazy. Yes, Cat scorched the fucking earth. So we definitely can talk about that on Saturday. I'm down for that. That's going to be a long conversation.
I'll have to look it up maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, you can look up highlights. You can see it on TikTok and just see some of the shit that he said. But to give you an example, he literally went off. So, all right. My wife, just let you know, my wife knows her podcast a little better than I do. Because today she asked me, how long are you going to be on the podcast? And I said, oh, probably just an hour. Because that's what we do.
She said hour and a half.
She said, you got me off for an hour and something. I'm like, it's Thursday. Normally, we have to get off because Sam's got work because it's late over there. And
she goes, never do that. That's fucking ridiculous.
Plus, it's Wednesday, not Thursday.
I mean, it's Wednesday. Hey, Kansas. She's like, I'm not going to start cooking dinner till an hour because I know you're going to be off late. So she knows me better than I know our podcast.
Yeah, we always stay on a little later because we always do like little side conversations.
Plus, it depends on how long Sam's rant is.
It does. It usually does.
It could be a minute. It could be 10 minutes.
Also, Sam, have you eaten dinner already?
Yeah, I ate dinner a while ago.
All right. So, Sam, whenever you're ready, I guess you could take us out.
Well, take me out, Coach.